Okie doke, here we got another version of Dominator that we use, and to kind of give you an example, what we go through is basically out of the box, this carburetor runs pretty good wide open throttle, but the problem is like we kind of showed you before, the part throttle deal, I think it was 10 to 1 the way it is, so obviously that becomes an issue. So just real fast, kind of some of the things we have to do. So this carburetor does not have a power valve in the rear. It's blocked off. So what happens, just kind of like we showed you on the linkage, we get a lot of booster tip with the big jet. So as a bigger orifice, it's easier for the pull fuel, so that's kind of what goes on in this carburetor. So what we have to do is take that big jet out of it, put an active power valve in, and then basically get it tuned in fuel curve wise. And then that helps that part throttle deal. We get it into the 12.5 to 1 type situation. So, and when we do that, it has a tendency to kind of go rich upstairs. So on this combination, we have to change the air bleed and a few things of that nature. So, and it's just like anything, as we buy these carburetors, no matter who, if we get them from a carburetor manufacturer or whatever that is, they're always inconsistent. You know, you have this recipe and you think it's going to work, and by the time you get it, and sometimes it doesn't work, and you kind of got to re-go through that. So that's kind of why we do over here. We kind of do some runs and make sure that they're all correct at that point in time. So, okie doke. So this is the last one we're working on today. This is a kind of a new combination. This is actually a marine certified carburetor because of the vent tubes and things of that nature. So obviously airboats aren't really too strict about those kind of things. So worked on this carburetor, was pretty happy how we ended up, to kind of just give you one of the close examples of what we did. It was extremely lean when we first ran it, but it really had the ideal jet in it. And if you've kind of listened to what I've been saying, that really that's kind of what we fight, is the jet tip, or the booster tip we call it. So as we increase that jet, that booster tip becomes more severe. So obviously we try to keep a main jet size that we want. So this, what we ended up doing, it had power valves in both front and rear already. So what we did is took the restrictors out. So that's all I had to do, really, in essence. I took the restrictors out, put a high flow power valve in it. It was like making a big, I went from 14.5 to 13, just with that change. Kept the jet in it. Actually, my part throttle was probably the best of today's carburetor run and stuff. I was almost 13 to 1, 12.8, so really happy with this combination here. Got the air fuel nice and flat. So that's kind of a typical day in carburetor tune-up. None of them are all the same. You just kind of got to play with it and have fun.